Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking with Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit the subscribe button, get that bell notification on, and make sure to hit the like button. The like button helps with the channel a lot. We're in our new map. We are going to be starting our new city, the city of Rivière-des-Montagnes, a Quebec-themed city, on the map Heimdal by Funchenstein, which can be found in the workshop. I'll write that in the description box down below. After looking at this map, well, I believe it's more of a European map. It looks a lot like the Saguenay region of Quebec. So after wanting to do a Quebec-themed series, this map was the perfect fit. The Saguenay region in Quebec is about halfway in between the mouth of the St. Lawrence River and Montreal. Very neat part of the world if you want to take a look at it on Google Maps. And this is the next part in our series where we're going to be going across Canada, building Canadian theme maps across from east to west. This is going to be an introduction video to the map. We're going to take a quick peek around and we're going to talk about what the goals are for the series. So, first of all, let's take a look at the map itself. Beautiful large map. We are going to be using the 81 tiles mod for this map so we can build all the way out in this corner, for example, on this beautiful lake. Well, this is probably not going to be the primary region of the city. It is a very nice spot to build maybe a resort town, a ski resort town. Now this is a snowfall map, obviously. So that means it has the snowfall DLC attached to it, so you'll need that if you want to download it. But that also gives us assets from the snowfall DLC that we can add in, like the ski resort, for example. So maybe that is something we can build out over here. We also have this little small lake over this way, which is really nice, and it kind of bleeds out into the mountains. And, you know, as we're looking out this way, something that's going to be really cool about this series is there's lots of these smaller national roads. So they're just these one-lane roads, and they wind around through the landscape, and they are very, very gorgeous, and it's going to be very fun to build around them. So there are some roads, for example, like this one, where it goes through the mountain right here, or the little hillside, and then it just kind of dead ends right outside of the edge of the map. I do have the DLC, sorry, not the DLC, the mod, where I can make this an outside connection, so we will do that at a later date. But this map is going to be great for what I kind of want for this series. In our previous series, New Lancaster, which you can find on the channel, we just completed it, and that city we built pretty much to the maximum capacity of the map, but we only used 25 tiles for that one. This one we're going to be trying to use, or we will be using the 85 tiles mod, and we'll be able to build towns outside of the 25 tile radius that the normal game allows you to build in, and beyond the 9 tile connection, or the 9 tile building space of the vanilla game. And we also have a bunch of really neat train lines that go throughout the region. The trains are actually very, very cool about how the tracks work over here, and there's lots of tunnel connections. And then even in the starting tile of the map, which we're coming to right now, there is quite a lot of rail lines, which is fantastic. So it gives us opportunities to build, say, larger train capacity pretty early on in the game, I guess as soon as we unlock them. But we also have this really, really neat bridge. Very simple, but very elegant. It's got a nice curve on it, and it kind of accumulates to a roundabout where it splits off into other directions as well. So that's something that we maybe will need to work on over here. We are going to be starting in the original starting tile, which is over here. So we'll start here, and then we'll start spreading out around the map itself. I feel like just to keep the series a bit more traditional, we'll start in the starting tile itself. But let's continue on down the river. So we have a national road that goes all the way along, and I feel like this is a very Quebec thing to do. If you look at the geography of Quebec, and you'll look along these kind of national road types, the numbered highways, for example, you'll see that oftentimes there'll just be houses right along them. So we'll try to do something with that. That kind of goes to the history of Quebec as well. With the seigneurie system, I believe that's what it's called, with how lots were divided in New France. They were divided as really thin strips of land that had water connection and main road connection, for example. But we also have to look at this waterfall here. This is something that we didn't have really in New Lancaster, which was a vanilla map. But this is just gorgeous. It goes right close to the rail lines here. That's very picturesque, and maybe we can get a nice walking trail around there. Yes, I really like how these rails are looking. They all kind of accumulate towards the starting tile. This one kind of winds off into the mountains beside this very nice looking bridge. The infrastructure on this map is fantastically detailed. If you do download this map, you will need to download these trees as well, but I think they look absolutely gorgeous. It's a great mix of the trees, gives a very nice boreal vibe to the region. And this train does have quite a steep gradient to climb. However, it seems like the map maker did a really good job at leveling it as much as possible. So that's great to see. And look at this, it goes right into the mountain and out. Fantastic. So as we zoom out, we can kind of see where we've looked at. This was the starting tile, and we kind of bypassed this interchange over here. So this kind of connects to the starting tile over here, but we have this nice Dunville interchange with half Cloverfield connections. This will be really nice to work with. It's a great large interchange that we can kind of manipulate and maneuver around. So that will be quite a challenge when we get to it, I guess. A fun challenge. It's not hard to work around these, but to implement some things, maybe we'll need to change things up. I also really like how this interchange kind of works, where it's a 2-lane road here, and then it splits off. When you do this, you got to make sure that cars don't decide that they can just go this way and then back onto the highway. So something to look out for. And you know, as we zoom out here, we got another bit of a lake right here, which is nice. That is the lake that kind of runs into the waterfall. But the river itself, I guess what is the Saguenay River in our theoretical world, or Rivière-des-Montagnes, it bleeds out into this lake. So maybe we can say that this isn't a lake, maybe this is part of the St. Lawrence River, because there is a shipping connection right here. So we'll have to get our port out this way. So that'll be something that will be a bit challenging because there's not really like any flat space to build on. So that's going to be quite a good series of episodes when we get to it. So the shipping from the region of Rivière-des-Montagnes will have to filter into here and then out into the greater St. Lawrence area, where it can be shipped off to the rest of the world or inside of Quebec. We also have this really interesting switchback over here. It's fairly steep, but the reason why there's no cars on this is because it's not connected out to the outside world. So we'll have to connect that up. And wow, this is a really detailed cliff face. The map maker did a fantastic job at this map. Very impressed. And then I believe this rail line is connected outward, so that's good to see. Now, as you see, we can kind of see the void of the outside of the map, and that's because I turned off the outside edge fog. Because what if we want to build right in here? Then we wouldn't be able to see it. So it does look a bit strange having the map just end, but I promise it'll look fantastic once we start getting cities out this way, or a ski resort on this mountain, which might be the largest peak in the city. Maybe it's this one. But it'll be nice to get some ski resorts out this way, some nice rural roads. And we also have this nice little lake over here, which looks frozen. It's not. It's flowing a bit. But that's a really neat little island. And then this river flows all the way down into this little reservoir, I guess. And then it continues on into this lake. That's really nice. So this isn't actually connected to the main river of the town. Now I think the goal is that we're going to build mostly along the main river here. But be interesting to see if we can get shipping through here or not. Oh, it looks like the water's flowing out this way. Interesting. So this will be an interesting part of the map to build on when we get to it. I'm excited to see what we're going to do with that area because it's kind of like the connection to the outside world. But it's a very thin strip of land here, or strip of water. So I wonder if we can get maybe like a ferry through here. We probably can. And then I really like this basin right here as well. And this river connects to it, which also goes out of the map. Okay, interesting. But needless to say, this is a map that has lots of potential. There's lots of forest, lots of ability to get some good forestry industries, for example. Now I'm not sure about other resources yet. I know there's not much oil on this map, which is totally fine. But I believe there's some ore and there's a bit of farming land. But we'll see when we get to that kind of stuff in the next episode when we kind of unlock those things. Maybe not the next one, maybe in the coming episodes at least. However, I think we've covered everything about this map so far. So that's where we're going to leave today. A good map introduction to the city, and we'll come back to it in the next episode where we will start building the city of Rivière-des-Montagnes. I hope you have a great day, everyone. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.